Yeah, so absolutely barriers to entry. But the way I look at these are they're not barriers to entry, they're opportunities for education. So
Wow.
people need to start off just kind of understanding the basic concepts. So, like on my website, I have a page for Piper Coin, and it's like, we're going to learn together. Here is a video on how you get a digital wallet. Why do you set up a digital wallet? What does it mean to have private keys? What does it mean to have public addresses that you can share? What do you need to do with your secret passphrase? A lot of different terms, a lot of new things to be thinking about, a lot of security issues to be aware of. So it is all new concepts to people. People haven't needed to go through this process before. But once you start stepping through it, it's like anything. You break it down into its individual components. Here's what this is. Here's why you need to get this. And here's what you need to think about when you're starting to use this technology. So, and that's the way we've all learned, right? We've all just built one step after another. We're slowly starting to figure it out. And once you get into it, that's when you start really starting to understand it. So that's what I recommend to people is they start off just getting a digital wallet, seeing what that is all about, kind of understanding how it works and why you need it. And then the next step would be to buy some crypto because now
Mhm.
you have an asset. Now you have some trade that you can do. And then after that, then maybe you want to start looking at, very inexpensive NFTs, just something that you can buy just to kind of see that process, or look for some creator coins that you're interested in these creators. You want to help support them. So you buy a couple of their coins just to see what happens, see what it's like, see how those show up in your wallet. And then you go and you join one of these discords or circles or one of these, Web3 spaces. And that's really how you start getting into this. If you want to get into the metaverse, you can just go on your laptop and you can go to Spatial IO or any of these, metaverse environments, and you
Mhm.
can just set up a free account and explore around a little bit, see what's out there, see what other people are doing. So that's really, barriers to entry are certainly easy ways for people to say, "Oh, I don't have time for this. I don't want to get into this." And a lot of people who I'll go and present these Web3 concepts to, that's what they say. I'll tell them when I go in, I'm like, if you go to this site and sign up for a digital wallet and send me your wallet address, I'll send you free Piper coin. I don't have time to do that. Like, that's fine. You don't have to. But a year from now, you're going to need to get your digital wallet because more of your customers and more of your clients are going to need to transact in this space. So it's either get on board now, start educating yourself, start learning about it, or start scrambling in a year or two when everyone else is starting to roll on this. There are a lot of people who dismiss NFTs and crypto as overpriced JPEGs and fake money, but the technology that is behind these is here to stay. And it's definitely going to change the way we manage data and build communities and market. So I recommend that everyone gets into that now. And when you talk about small and medium-sized businesses, it's the same thing. Start educating yourself because there are opportunities that already exist out there that are pretty low cost initially to get into, that can have significant rewards and give you these opportunities to start learning about these new tactics, these new environments that we have. um, Mitch Jackson's a lawyer. He's the metaverse lawyer, and he sends out these Oculus headsets to potential clients. Cost him $300 to send them out. They put them on. They come into his virtual penthouse and into his meeting spaces, and he gets an opportunity to pitch people who, he'd either have to do through Zoom, which, as we all know, Zoom meetings are less than ideal environments, or travel, physically to their
Next time we meet
location.
Brian, it's going to be in the metaverse. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, and so it's a whole different environment. It's a whole new realm, and there's different ways to start experimenting in these spaces and just start watching what other brands are doing, what other companies are doing, because they're all going to set the standards of what works and what doesn't work and what new models we have to reach our customers and build our communities and engage with clients.
That's really incredible. In terms of costs, the feeling I have is that at some point it's a cost of like once and for good in terms of Oculus set and technology things that you might have, few dollars spent in buying an NFT or something just to see and test. And then it's cost of time to just try and taste and try it. But what I like in this approach and the approach you're describing is that it's really do first and understand second. If you don't do it, you will not understand. You can stay hours trying to understand what to figure out, but like the best way to understand is really to do it, to be part of a community and start understanding how it works and the value of it. That's right.
That's exactly right. In the Web3 space, they say you can't be a creator until you're an owner. You have to buy something first and you have to experience that. You have to understand what barriers you're asking your customers to get past. You have to understand that learning model that it takes and the time investment that it takes before you can go ask somebody else, oh, buy my NFT. Well, do they have a wallet? Where are they going to store it? How are they going to purchase it? Do they have crypto? So there's a lot of things to consider when you start getting into this. And yeah, like you said, the best way to learn is to do it.
Great humility lessons for marketer, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, and
So
the wonderful thing is we're all learning. We're all so early in this. This is like dial-up modem time in Web3. We're just getting started with this. So it's a very fascinating, exciting time to be in this space.
that's fantastic because Seth Godin explained that. I think there's a book also, Crossing the Chasm, that explaining that also is that when you are at a very, very, very early stage of something, you have tremendous business opportunities, even for the sake of the space itself, not even for the products you have to sell. You gave the example of Meet Jackson, that definitely is incredible in this field. And he explained that he was doing business probably mostly because the way he was offering like a first meeting with a client was so attractive that it was his differentiating factor in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. It establishes that expertise and authority, that everyone is looking for. Everyone's looking for trust. They're looking for someone that they can rely on. I mean, trust is such a difficult
Mm.
concept in our current society. We watch the Edelman Trust Barometer drop year after year, and it's, some of the lowest rankings that we've seen in a long time now, especially in, government leaders and officials. So anything that as a brand or as a creator that we can do to establish that trust, to create that transparency, to set ourselves up as knowledgeable in a particular area, that all goes towards, building our credibility and building the ability for our clients to rely on us, to come to us with questions and, looking for answers and support.